27 and 31 points, and Joe Dumars now with his first basket.
Detroit is doing the pick and roll business, and then opposite the floor. Excellent.
Jordan misses the rebound. Thomas. Paxson, his ankle a lot better than it was. It was a sprained ankle. They're going to call the offensive foul against the Pistons. Paxson hit the deck.
All right, now keep an eye on Michael Jordan, who's right in the center of your screen. Here's your back pick, see, and they're looking for Dumars on the opposite side of the floor.
Foul is on Edwards. Paxson looking a lot more spry in this game. Pistons with the ball and a 2-point lead.
Well, Chuck Daly's telling Isaiah, slow it down. Let's get in and call some definite half-court execution. They're going to play three-man basketball right now. Isaiah, Dumars, and Edwards.
Dumars in the paint. Lane Beer with Grant in his face. Grant really came at him, and that affected Lane Beer. So now the Bulls with a chance to tie it up. Jordan goes right around Dumars, and a beautiful move. His hip must be okay.
That
it would
was
have to
sensational. He changed hands beautifully and slithered right down inside and took on the big people.
First basket of the game for Michael Jordan. Comes with less than 4.5 to go in the first period. Into Rodman against Grant. Bulls doing a lot better job off the boards.
Not only that, Horace Grant has really been challenging the release of at least 3 shots, forcing them into misses.
Jordan hits a 3. And the Bulls are up by 3 points, their biggest lead. Both teams shooting the lights out thus far. Dumars. Grant with another rebound. This is Chicago's kind of tempo. Jordan looked like he was going to shoot, and I think Scottie Pippen thought he was going to fire.
Yep. Well, here we have Michael coming off. You'll see the beautiful change at the red. Now watch how he challenges Lambeer there with the left hand. The old advantage when you can shoot with either hand inside the painted area. That last pass by Michael was a little too hard in such a, contested area.
Lane Beer on the ground, Rodman going, and we'll have a Detroit foul. And it's going to be against Dennis Rodman, second on Dennis.
Keep an eye on Rodman on the back pick here now. See, he moved, and he picked Paxson off. And I like what the referees are establishing here today. They are not allowing any moving picks on people, and that's terrific. And the players will adjust as we move along.
Dennis Rodman will move along to the bench and be replaced by Mark Aguirre back home in Chicago, who has done well coming off the bench.
Well, Chuck Daly loves to keep guys so that they do not get their third in the first half.
Aguirre is guarding Scottie Pippen, and Grant lays it in. Aguirre is going to have his hands full defending against Pippen.
Well, there's a slight drop-off from defensive foot movement from Rodman to Aguirre. Okay.
And hand movement and body movement. That's true. Under 3 minutes to play in the first. Aguirre in there to score. Thomas gets inside again and draws the foul. No basket. Thomas already with 7 points to lead the Pistons and will go to the line. But there's a timeout.
Now watch as Pippen goes to the baseline. Enjoy the beautiful pass right there. How's that for finding a free guy?
But it looks like Isaiah Thomas is going to get cooking today. She gave a rendition of the anthem before the game that really set this place off, I think.
One of the loudest and longest ovations I've ever heard for any person singing a national anthem, and the quality was incredible.
John Sally is also into the game now for Detroit. By the way, Horace Grant has picked up his second personal foul, but he stays in the game. The Bulls have scored the last 7 points over the last 3 minutes, but Thomas is on the line, shooting 2. Thomas coming back to Chicago. It's talked about how he wanted to play with the Chicago Bulls. He used to sneak into this arena. he's happy where he is.
I think so. He shot so well in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. But, he loves this building, and he usually plays well here.
Michael Jordan off the glass, and there's Horace Grant crashing the boards. Where have these guys been?
He is really alive today. That's his 5th rebound, and most important, his 2nd putback. That is something which has been missing throughout games 1 and 2.
Well, the Bulls are out rebounding Detroit on a 2-to-1 ratio right now. Far cry from the 2 games at the Palace. Doesn't go in for Thomas. Rebound by Scottie Pippen. This is the kind of game the Bulls want. Open court. Under 2 minutes to go in the first period. Pippen trying to take Aguirre in. Sally last touched it, and it's still Chicago's ball.
The main thing is not to force right now. Chuck Daly has his explosive offense out there. He has, the 3 major subs, Vinnie Johnson, Sally, and Aguirre. And this is the unit which they've had a lot of trouble matching up with.
Grant goes out with 8 points and 5 rebounds and is replaced by rookie Stacey King from Oklahoma, who Phil Jackson said yesterday to us, our most successful post-up player against this team.
Well, early in the year, he would get the opportunities, but he was shooting in the low 30s. As the season wore on, familiarity of getting the ball. But they need him also on the boards, Dick. He's got to play big underneath.
Ball knocked away from Cartwright. Scottie Pippen misses on the other side, and Vinnie Johnson, who has entered the game. So the great bench has made the difference. Now in their full force for the Pistons. Plenty of time on the clock. Working against Pippen is Aguirre. And he draws the foul nicely, and Scottie Pippen picks up his first foul, and that is the 4th team foul against the Bulls.
Mark Aguirre is such a great offensive player. A lot of people, you have a tendency to realize here's a guy who, he's doing it right now, but look at this, 8 rebounds a game that he's averaged for this ball club in 23 minutes. Major stats, because when you think of Aguirre, you think of scoring. 9 years before this season, averaged 24 a game. This year, it's his lowest in his career, 14 points. But when you get limited minutes, you got to make the most of the minutes, and he's doing it.
Detroit has committed only 1 team foul in this first quarter, which has 1:22 to go. Paxson's played all the way in the quarter. Cartwright facing Edwards with 7 on the shot clock. That's the kind of shot Cartwright wants to attempt.
He's laid a few right in the rim, Dick. No luck so far today. Just hasn't dropped.
Jordan is guarding Vinnie Johnson. Pick and roll doesn't work, and it goes past Edwards, who was mad at himself for not catching that pass.
Yeah, but Cartwright got a hand on that. A little exasperation at time by Edwards. Good defense by Billy Cartwright. When you're not doing your job offensively, things aren't going well, then rebound, play defense, make other things happen.
And Scottie Pippen, who's been a whirling dervish going to the hoop throughout this first quarter, foul going to the hoop. Personal is on Sally, his first, and Pippen will shoot.
Well, he talked to Phil Jackson yesterday. He said that Scottie has had such difficulty getting to the basket. They have taken away his drive by double teaming him. Now that's the first time that he's been able to explode and get up in a high wire act.
Interesting substitution coming in for the Bulls. Not so much Craig Hodges, their shooting guard, but Will Perdue coming in, and he's a guy who hasn't played yet in this series.
Well, they said that Neely has been doing a good job, and with Neely and King in there, along with Scottie Pippen, they like their rotations. This is a surprise.
Cartwright and Paxson go out. Differential of about 14 seconds between the game clock you see and the shot clock. Aguirre to Sally, blocked by Perdue. Sally has it again, and Jordan's going to be called for the foul.
See, we had a good and a bad. Will Perdue blocks the shot, But then as the ball is going out of bounds, the Cardinals' sin is never throw the ball back underneath your defensive backboard. Something bad will happen. Now watch this. Watch Purdue react here now. Excellent job on the shot block. But on the throw back, Sally gets it and then gets fouled. He's on the line.
John Sally, who raises his level a year ago, had a so-so regular season, played big in the playoffs. This year had a good regular season, again playing big in the playoffs.
Hey, this guy, this is his 58th foul shot attempt in the playoffs.
Offensive rebound on the miss by Aguirre. Chicago can play for the last shot of the quarter, and Detroit has not made a basket in the last 5 minutes plus.
Now this is a good situation. Now they're flattening out 4 guys on the baseline and allowing Pippen to take his man.
Jordan is guarded by Vinnie Johnson. Jordan will take the shot. And that'll do it for the quarter, but the Bulls coming back with the lead and terrific late period defense. Horace Grant with 8 points and 5 rebounds spurs on the Bulls, and that is the end of the first quarter in Game 3 with a score. Chicago 24 and Detroit 19.
National Basketball Association Eastern Conference Finals is sponsored by Allstate. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. Schick, official razor of the NBA. And by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA.
And welcome back to Chicago Stadium, Game 3, where the Bulls lead by 5 after 1. A lot of stories of motivation this week in Chicago. I'm Tim Grant courtside. Of course, Michael Jordan's silence has been won. But how about the way Phil Jackson edited the game films? You see Dumars coming down the lane, stopping for a jumper. It was edited to the Wizard of Oz and the Tin Man. You got to have a heart. Then you'd see Isaiah with a quick layup, the Scarecrow asking for a brain. And how about Lambert with a three-pointer coming back with a cowardly line asking for courage? It lightened the mood of the Bulls, but Phil Jackson also made his point. They've got to play with courage, a lot of smarts, and they've got to play with a lot of heart.
Trap as we start the second quarter, Hubie.
Well, it's a fake. They fake the zone press, and then now just matching up man-to-man, trying to run some time.
Ball knocked away by Hodges, still Detroit ball. Well, maybe if they win a couple of games, they can see the whole Wizard of Oz tape. Not worry about looking at game film. Bulls outshot the Pistons 48 to 41%.
5 seconds on the clock.
B.J. Armstrong lands on Thomas to commit the foul. The Bulls now have B.J. Armstrong and Craig Hodges at guard. Purdue, Pippen, and King up front. Michael Jordan resting as we start the second quarter. Thomas, as you see, and not playing up to his previous playoff level in this one thus far. Hits the first free throw. The Pistons will have Vinnie Johnson and Isaiah in the backcourt, and Sally, Lambert, and Aguirre up front.
See, what I like about Isaiah's game today is he's continually attacking the basket, and he's breaking the defense down and making something happen.
He's got 10 points to lead everybody. Pippen with 9 tops Chicago. Stacey King working against Sally. There's the inside move. Didn't go for him. That was a nice baseline move by King.
Well, it's interesting because Detroit is not double-teaming anyone other than Michael Jordan to date.
Vinnie Johnson has it blocked again by Purdue, and Sally is hit hard in the head and goes down. Will Purdue's first foul.
See, if I'm Phil Jackson, I'm extremely happy with the aggressiveness here of Purdue getting his second block. Now, he challenged hard that time. That was a hard foul, no doubt about it. And Sally also got hit by the player behind in the top of the head. You got to love what John Sally is doing in the playoffs, Nick. Now, we're talking about 60 foul shots, and this is only his 11th game.
Chuck Daly told us yesterday he knows what the playoffs mean because he's a show business guy, he's a comedy guy, and he knows that he plays well on this level. It's going to pay off for him. Bulls lead cut to 1.
Now, this is a major test for the Bulls with this group out on the floor. They must free up people for high percentage shots.
Armstrong in particular, shaky as a rookie would be on this level.
They're into a passing game. Now you notice Detroit not running at them.
King. Laimbeer the rebound, and now the Pistons can take the lead, and Aguirre is going to give it to them. So 6 straight points to start off the second period by the Pistons.
What a great pass by Isaiah. He looked right, froze the defense, and went to his left side. Beautiful.
Bulls had a lead as big as 6 in that first quarter. Purdue, second year out of Vanderbilt. Pippen fall away. Laimbeer the rebound.
See, this group is not getting inside, Dick. They're not beating anyone off the dribble or getting a clear shot at the basket.
Just trying to hold things until Michael Jordan gets back. Bill Laimbeer misses. Sally knocks it out of bounds. And so basically the Bulls have to be happy with Jordan getting a good rest on the bench and only down by 1. Chicago's missed their last 7, though. Armstrong gets his own long rebound. Thomas and a 2-on-1 with Vinnie Johnson. And a foul by Purdue from behind.
See, whenever you play at this level of basketball, when that shot goes up by a guard, the other guard and small forward must get back on defense, or you're going to see Detroit out in transition and scoring at will.
And that's not their style.
And this year, without him being there, Michael has to step forward and do that type of thing.
Michael and it's us. It's guys have to step up. You know, as a team, that includes Michael, it includes Scotty, it includes all of us. We have to move the ball more. You know, teams that beat Detroit will get good ball movement and will be prepared to shoot the shots.
Last year, we knew that we had a chance. I think this year is one of those things where we still have a question in our minds as to whether or not we can actually handle this team.
Of course, he was silent to the media, but he wasn't silent at all to his own teammates.
It's like we said at the top of the show, from the coaching staff to the players. No one has taken any offense with this. They all know that Michael expects his team to win. But last year, they forget. We have a tendency that in the first 2 games in Detroit, Chicago stole the game.
Interesting comment made by Hodges about the team's feeling about beating the Pistons and whether they could do it.
Well, 4-1 this year in the series in favor of Detroit. Detroit has come into this building and won 9 of the last 11. You know, that's making a pretty good statement.
I would say, especially in a place that's tough to win.
See, so far this open court passing game has not, no one is getting good shots. They're shooting and forcing up over the top of someone with the clock down. Like
1 second.
now.
Pippen scores. I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. He caught the ball with less than 2 seconds to go on the clock.
Well, they're 2 for 8, you know, since this group has been on the floor.
Pistons still on an 8-2 run nonetheless, with nearly 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Aguirre. And Mark Aguirre now with 6 points. It's again the Piston bench. They have been the dominant force. Pippen on the alley-oop, can't control. Detroit leading by 2. Inside to Sally. Now a 4-point lead, and Aguirre strong off the bench.
Well, you just look out on the floor here. Detroit has Vinnie Johnson, Aguirre, Isaiah. They've got guys out here who can score. The only proven scorer on this floor right now is Scottie Pippen, and Hodges needs the open jump shot if he's going to score.
DJ Armstrong goes up without the ball, and a 2-on-1 chance for Detroit. Vinnie Johnson lays it in, and a 20-second timeout called by Phil Jackson. And I tell you, Michael Jordan has had a long rest, and before you know it, the Pistons are up by 6.
Well, this has been the major point with Phil Jackson. He says, you know, their second unit demolishes our second group, and then you got to understand, do you need the rest? You bring the guys right back in. Look, here's a strip right there going down the lane, which eventually opens up into the open court in an uncontested layup.
Coming into this game, the Pistons bench had outscored the Bulls bench by 30 points. That's a whopping margin. And right now, Detroit's subs are on a 14-2 run. Jordan is back in the game. He scored 5 points, including a 3-point basket in the first quarter.
You know, we always make that statement at playoff time. You know, some things that you get away with offensively during the year, they definitely do not work in the playoffs, and you've got to get and help people get good shot opportunities.
King gets pushed by Aguirre. That'll be the first team foul against the Pistons here in the second quarter.
Personal foul, 23, Mark Aguirre is first.
Horace Grant, who was the key to the Bulls' effort in the first quarter, will come in and replace Scottie Pippen. And Ed Neely will make his entrance as well. And Purdue will leave.
Now, right now, Chicago will be playing Neely at the center position and King at big forward.
Jordan coming off the screen. 7 points for Jordan.
It happened rather quickly, didn't it?
Each team has had a 6-point lead in this game. Aguirre working against Neely. He's a big body in there.
And he's been around. You know, he's been with a number of ball clubs, and he's that guy that does the intangibles. Yeah, good pick man. He puts his body on guys. Nice defensive player. He's going to help you on the boards.
Vinny Johnson. Great strength does Johnson have when he gets in the paint.
What a shot that was. I mean, he changed that shot twice in order to get that up over the top of Neely.
Pistons again with their biggest margin, tying it at 6. Dumars guarding Jordan. That's off the mark. Looking for the biggest lead of this game for either side right now are the Pistons. Laimbeer wide open for a 3.
Chicago can't get away, Dick, from the fact that they attack the basket. There you go.
Jordan. Like going through a minefield that time.
That's how they got the lead, by challenging Detroit's strength, taking it down in there, getting fouls on people. Make it happen. You can't beat Detroit from the perimeter.
4.5 court game. Aguirre fall away. Neely boxed out Sally beautifully. Here's Jordan again, and that'll be a foul against the Bulls. Stacey King that time.
That's a rookie foul. You know, he tried to clear Joe Dumars away by using a forearm. Now he did it, except he did it right in front of the referee.
Bad place to do it.
Schick, the official razor.
Or you want, the bench comparison has been no contest in favor of the Pistons in this series off the first 2 games, and again today. Here's why.
But now check Vinny Johnson. Watch how he's lulling his defensive man with the dribble. Now, as the penetrate, here comes a double team. Now watch the change of the shot. Look at that, to get that up over the top of Neely. Now, keeping the bottom right hand. Now look at Aguirre working here, trying to deny the post-up of Scottie Pippen. And now he fronts him, holds on to him, doing a nice job. Now, you know, Chuck Daly made a good statement yesterday about Aguirre. He's really accepted his role. He's coming off the bench, giving us major production, but he's working hard defensively, and he could be one of the premier 6 guys in this league.
Well, he talked about Pierce and some of the people who come off the bench in the league for points, and he gets that, and he's getting rebounds as well. But how'd you like that number? 16-0. The Detroit bench outscoring the Bulls. Joe Dumars back in for the Pistons. They surround Vinny Johnson. Hodges is bodying him. No matter, tipped in by Sally on the miss.
Well, that time, no one put a body on Sally. They allowed him to cruise right in.
18-0 for Detroit's bench. That's our little side scoreboard.
By putting Michael at the top, right there, you see if they double team, they open up the wings.
Neely misses, offensive rebound. Grant fighting. Hodges for 3. He's been way off, and they count on the 3-point baskets from Craig. Aguirre fall away. Horace Grant really fighting inside. Sally knocks the ball away from Hodges from behind.
Great defense.
Aguirre throws it away to Neely, and now a chance 3-on-1 against the Pistons. And they don't get anything.
And look out, you have a 3-on-1 at the other end.
Vinny Johnson to Sally, and they're not going to let him get the easy layup. No way. But the Bulls missed a great opportunity with Jordan on the 3-on-1.
Now watching this transition move, watch John Sally run the ball down from behind. Now remember, we're talking about a 7'1" guy catching a guard, forcing the turnover. All young players, when a guy is out ahead of you, you know, a lot of times guys are trying to get alongside of them or cut them off. Now just come from behind and go for the tap.
Dennis Rodman against Mark Jackson in the big fourth game in New York with the Pistons. Foul was on Stacey King, his second.
See, this was a good foul. They're going to make Sally go to the line and make the foul shots. You know, we say John has been having an outstanding playoff by the number, but he only shoots right around that 70 mark. When you have a fast break 3-on-1, you cannot get cute, especially when baskets are so hard to come by. Make the easy play.
Bulls have Pippen, Neely, and Grant up front. And they've got Hodges and Michael Jordan at guard. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the first half. Grant with the offensive rebound and another putback.
Well, that's what we mean when we say when your player gets double or triple team and he shoots, the free people should be in front of the basket looking for the offensive rebound.
Pick and roll to Sally from Dumars. No basket. Offensive foul against Sally.
Now that was excellent. Oh, Chuck Haley. That's like a migraine. You get the beautiful pick and roll, but give the Bulls credit. They rotated and took the charge.
Pistons by 6.
So you can't double team him when he's going one-on-one from there.
Open is Horace Grant from the corner. The rebound is by Lane Beer.
Now the problem with that is you must hit the open wing jump shots.
Detroit shooting nearly 60%, and Chicago's grown cold in the second quarter. Dumars working against Pippen. Lane Beer. Loose ball foul. It'll be against the Pistons. And it'll be against Lane Beer.
Bill was working hard that time. You know, a little exasperation, and he missed the shot. The shot rolled out on him, but he's so tough-minded. He's right back on that offensive glass.
Edwards will come in for Sally, and Bill Cartwright is also checked in for the Chicago Bulls, replacing Neely.
See, Jordan wants to post up right now on Dumars. You can't go away from him.
4 minutes to go in the first half. Jordan over Aguirre. Fighting is Pippen with an offensive rebound, and a foul is called against Vinnie Johnson of Detroit. For the Pistons, it'll be their third team foul. The Bulls have committed 4.
See, Chuck Daly very, upset on that call. But on the release of the shot, Michael Jordan was fouled. They caught him down below the release of the hand. They caught him down by the elbow. Now, on that, what I like, if I'm Chicago, I like the activity of Pippen and Grant. They are really crashing the glass.
Scottie Pippen now has 12. Grant has 10. John Clarkson will come in for Hodges because the Pistons right now have all of their 3 guards in there. Thomas, Dumars, and Vinnie Johnson. And they have Edwards and Aguirre up front. So other than Edwards, it's a pretty small but quick team out there. 4-point Piston lead, and here comes the full court.
Now, with the press, remember what you're trying to do is force turnovers, but more important, get them to take a quick shot, stay out of their offense, run some time, because Detroit is such a methodical half-court offensive team.
They got time to set up their play. Edwards, short. Michael Jordan the rebound, and a chance to cut the lead to 2. And he does. Oh. 11 now for Michael.
He was determined.
A different Michael Jordan has shown up here, and a different Bulls team, but they're locked in a tight battle anyway. Pistons coolly playing their game. Aguirre gives Detroit a 4-point lead again, and Mark now off the bench with 10. Still no points from the Chicago bench yet in this game. Under 3 minutes to play in the second period. Jordan posting up against Dumars. And a foul, and that'll be the 4th team foul against Detroit. Each team with 4, and Dumars is first.
See, I like that strategy. Force Dumars to really play him. Now here comes Michael splitting right there. Now look how easily he shifts the ball into a beautiful spin.
Has Pat O'Brien not been with us? Do you miss Pat?
Well, what about the chair that we've been at right behind us here to get him?
Kept it warm for Pat. Pat, you better get out here quick. Actually, we do miss you, Pat.
Yes, we do.
What about the shot selection by the Bulls? You know, Jordan has taken the most, but what do you make of that?
Well, see, Grant, when people say the other 3 guys must step up, Grant, Cartwright, and Paxson, you can see Cartwright and Paxson, very few shot opportunities. And the distribution at the top is nice, but remember, Pippen and Grant have been getting an awful lot on offensive rebounds. They are not in the initial flow of the offense.
Bulls have a 7-4 edge in offensive rebounds where they were killed in the first 2 games, so there's a change there. Marked, I might add. Jordan makes 1 free throw, has 12. Pippen still leads the team with 13. Here's the full court pressure.
Up to now, the full court pressure has not caused any turnovers, but they did have Detroit shooting quicker.
Aguirre in the corner.
Oh, he's hot.
He is having a game. Mark Aguirre with 12 points, and the bench for Detroit has outscored Chicago's 24-0.
Well, the reason why this is so big is they can leave Rodman on the bench with his 2 fouls, get him into the second half with 4 to give.
10 on the shot clock. Lead is 5 for the Pistons. That was the lead for Chicago. They're up by 5 after 1. Paxson long-range hits. But the Bulls have to get the ball inside again. That's what worked for them early when they forged their 6-point lead. Thomas arcs a 3 and the second 3-point basket today for Isaiah.
He's looking today. He's right there on the drives. Most important, he's really looking for the 3 today.
Jordan working against Dumars. Draws the foul. Was it Aguirre or Dumars? It's Joe with his second personal. And Detroit now in the penalty.
Dumars, his second penalty.
Well, Chuck's got to make a decision here. He does not like to have a guy get 3 going into the second half. But he also knows that he does not want Michael Jordan to get off in this next 1 minute and 44 seconds with, you know, a heavy amount of points.
Detroit still going to the line a lot more than Chicago, indicative of their ability to penetrate, and Chicago not going inside. And also a big story of the first 2 games of the series. (45-41) Detroit. Pick and spot up to James Edwards. 47-41 now. And you look at the board, that's a Detroit score right now.
Their asset is they run the pick and roll and they make a great pass.
Dumars slaps it away into the hands of Edwards. Dumars hits the jumper. They're on a roll. And they're doing it the tail end of the second quarter.
Well, the forced turnovers have really hurt Chicago. Chicago, because they're ending up in major points at the opposite end of the floor.
1 minute remaining in the first half. Paxson, Cartwright, and Grant fighting for the rebound. Grant throws it into the hands of Aguirre. 3-on-2 break for Detroit. Thomas with a short jumper. And now a 10-point lead for the Pistons.
Now there's an exasperated man. You cannot overlook excellent passing. Players make it look easy. And then when you see another team falter, and it'd say, how could a player do that?
Illegal defense called against the Pistons. They're first.
Defense warning. Reset 24 seconds.
Now watch right here. A good hustle by Grant getting there, but they get him around. See, he lost sight. Grant lost sight of the offensive player, Paxson.
Bulls have wanted a higher tempo, higher scoring game than what they have now. That was Jordan who tipped it in, but 43 points is not a good output for a half for Chicago. They're playing Detroit's game.
You take away all the fast break baskets, Dick, the turnovers, which gave them the easy 2-on-1, 3-on-1s. And you know, Chicago has been played a pretty good game outside of that.
7 on the shot clock, a little over 10 in the game clock, and Edwards on the wrist. Foul will send him to the line with 7 seconds to play. It'll be Grant, and that'll be 3 on Horace Grant. And Gerald Henderson is going to come in for Dumars, as Chuck Daly doesn't want to see Joe pick up his 3rd foul, so the veteran Henderson comes in. Or will.
Well, you look at the depth of this Detroit team. You have Henderson, Greenwood, Scott Hastings, 3 guys that they pick up who have been in so many playoff games. In case you get in foul trouble or you get an injury, you have quality guys stepping in.
Chicago, Craig Hodges, replacing Phil Cartwright.
Hodges replaces Cartwright, and a 20-second timeout called by Chuck Daly. Bulls have not even scored 20 points in this 2nd quarter after taking a 5-point lead after 1. Right now, let's check in with Tim Brandt. Tim?
All right, Dick, of course, one of the stories has been the depth, the Detroit bench. You know, you only play 8 guys, although they probably could go 12 deep. Scott Hastings started something. They're called the bench bandits. They wear rubber bands on their left wrist, and if one of those last 4 guys isn't paying attention, they snap it. It's the bench bandits. Dick?
I wouldn't want to get snapped, Hubie. Edwards got off quickly, and now if he can make the free throw, we'll have 9 points. We'll settle for 8. Pippen the rebound. Bulls trying to get it down, and the last shot throws it away. Thomas misses the shot, but Detroit comes on big, making their last 6 shots. Mark Aguirre sparks a 24-0 bench output by the Pistons, and his defense was also a factor. That's the end of the first half. It's the Pistons 51-43. Pat O'Brien and Bill Raftery will be along with the
Beat them when they're shooting 70%.
Game number 4 tomorrow at Phoenix, 3:30 Eastern time, right here on CBS. Thomas shooting over Neely. Rodman keeps it alive. How great is he in offensive rebounding that way?
There, he's been rather quiet today, and that's unnatural for him. He averages right around 9 rebounds a game.
Yet they're still up by 12, the Pistons.
That's right.
Dumars penetrates. Lambeer, offensive rebound. Bulls come down with it with Jordan.
They need a spurt.
Try to get it into Cartwright. Neely, looks like a football game, and a first down as Rodman is the ball carrier. Let's go to Tim Brandt.
All right, Dick, one thing about the Chicago huddles, the last 2 timeouts, is there is not a panic situation. They have Phil Jackson just designing plays, no pep talks, no reminders. He's designing the plays, and he's just telling the guys, maintain your composure, keep your intensity, Dick.
Well, there's a guy who always has kept his and has never panicked, Phil Jackson. Neely picks up his 2nd and the 14th foul against the Bulls. One more, and then they're in the penalty. John Sally has replaced Lambeer in the Detroit lineup. Rodman throws it away.
See, Dennis got cute that time. He tried to palm the ball. Chuck is all upset. He has a right to be. What are you doing with the Globetrotter routine? You know, fake the pass, bring it back, and then turn it into a turnover.
Pistons have been known to get a little arrogant, some people say, or careless when they have lead.
Well, they play in peaks and valleys. Here's a real brawl going on here between these 2 guys, Rodman and Pippen.
And Rodman fouls Pippen. That's only the 2nd team foul against the Pistons, but 3 on Dennis.
Anytime you're going to post up a guy on Dennis Rodman, he has to have quickness of foot, and he must also really be strong in the upper body. Now just watch this, how quick his feet are. Good move, though, by Pippen. By leaning in, he got the contact.
They'll send Pippen to the line. Scotty has not matched his playoff average of 21 points. He's got 17, though, right now. That matches his high in game 2, and there's Mark Aguirre, who had 12 off the bench in the first half. Rodman is out.
See, over 82 games, Chicago had 5 guys in double figures. Now, in this series, they only have 3. And what they do is they cut down your shot attempts, and They force guys into bad, intimidated types of shots.
Aguirre has a screen from Edwards, and he stays hot. 14 for Mark.
See, they stay with the offense, they free the people, and they get open shots.
Jordan has Neely, and Neely's fouled by Isaiah Thomas. That's the third team foul, and Isaiah's first.
See, in this quarter alone, Michael Jordan has been double-teamed and delivered 3 key passes to people inside the painted area. All 3 have been fumbled. And that's the difference. See, they've got to catch these passes and dunk the basketball or get fouled. And we are not seeing that today.
That's on the money. Bulls have lost 6 straight to the Pistons. Remember, last year they actually led in the Eastern Finals 2-1 before Detroit won the last 3 games to wrap it up.
Anytime that you play the great defensive teams, and this is the best that the NBA has seen in years, you must take advantage of the foul line and wide open layups and the open shot, because you're not going to get too many of them.
Aguirre with a long 3, and Mark Aguirre coming home has responded with 17 points. Isaiah with 24. These kids couldn't wait to get back to Chicago.
Never mind that, but the 3-point shooting. Detroit 4 for 7. Isaiah with 3 and Aguirre with 1.
Cartwright with his first points of the game. Bill Cartwright, who came in averaging 9 in the playoffs.
Well, he's averaging 7 shot attempts in the series. Now, where are you going if you're only going to get 5 to 7 shots?
Dumars has it knocked away, but picks up the loose ball and makes an fall-away shot. The Bulls now have lost a lot of aggressiveness. Jordan off balance. Doesn't matter.
That's a highlight. That's a highlight film shot. Come on now.
All right, I'll put it on there. 22 from Michael Jordan.
He released that about a foot off the floor.
But you know, the crowd didn't explode even though he made that shot, because they see that the Pistons are beating their club. Dumars misses a 3. Rebound Cartwright. Lead is 12 for the Pistons. 4.5 to play in the third. See, the crowd didn't explode on that shot by Jordan. They see what's happening. Jordan in the corner. He's doing everything he can, that's for sure.
You're down 10, 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. There's plenty of time, but it must happen defensively and on all these loose balls that Detroit keeps capturing.
Off the screen, Thomas drives in, beautifully executed. Layup, and Isaiah with 26 points. That's more than he scored in each of the first 2 games, or total of the first 2. Pistons foul.
Now watch where he brings this shot from. Look at this. Nice scoop, and he catches the glass for the perfect spin. Here's the guy who set the tempo all day, right here. Isaiah going right down inside and making it happen. It's time and time again. Right at the beginning of the game, he came out and he challenged the Chicago defense.
Third foul on Sally. 4th team foul. Each team has 4. Hodges. Two-point basket by Craig. And that is only the 3rd point of the game by the Bulls bench. Hodges' basket. Neely hit a free throw.
See, the fans are sensing it. They need some defensive stops so that they can run a little spurt. Walk.
Traveling, turns it over to the Bulls. Now the crowd getting into it.
Excellent defense by Scottie Pippen.
Pippen, follow-up, no basket. And they claim that goaltending, Detroit had a player on the rim. Count the basket. It was Sally who grabbed it.
You're not allowed to grab onto the rim while the ball is above the cylinder. They had offensive goaltending that time. And even if they didn't get it, now you watch on this shot as it goes up. There's the grab of the rim right there. Now, Pippen, they still followed up and would have scored anyway.
Does make for an unfair advantage.
A teats.
Bulls have hit 5 in a row, by the way. Vinnie Johnson in the game at guard for the Pistons. Winding down to 3 minutes to go in the third. Bulls trying to stage a run. And they're going to call the offensive foul against Edwards.
Good call. Edwards was moving on that pick that time.
71-63. Jordan. Pippen gets the loose ball. New clock.
Get a good shot.
Hodges for 3. Way off. Still Chicago. Pippen and a blocking foul against John Sally. And that will be the penalty situation. 15 foul for Detroit. And 4 on Sally.
Sally played that as well. Watch Sally move his feet here. See, Sally was saying, listen, I cut off the baseline, but he didn't get there enough. He was moving.
Bulls back in this game and will return to Chicago Stadium. Chicago on a run, and their fans are up and stomping and clapping. These are critical minutes. 2:43 remaining in the third quarter. You remember Detroit with a big run toward the end of the half, and Chicago can come back with one of their own. They've outscored the Pistons 11-4. Scottie Pippen with 20 points and 10 boards on the line.
Has been so active on the offensive boards today, and he's been rewarded by either getting fouled or making that second shot opportunity.
Horace Grant on the bench. Remember, he picked up his 5th foul here in the third quarter, but now the lead is 6.
Well, they're doing a number of things well. They're holding Detroit to 1 shot. They are not turning the ball over themselves, so there are no Detroit fast breaks.
And a traveling violation against Vinnie Johnson. You mentioned the turnovers. The Bulls have turned it over just 1 time here in this third quarter.
Now, they only had really 1 major lapse, and that was for about a 5-minute period, and it cost them dearly in that second quarter. Now, Detroit, they've got to regroup here defensively and also get back to where offensive sets where they're getting good shot opportunities.
Jordan over Vinnie Johnson. Neely gets the offensive rebound. Big one.
Oh, he's a big body in there, and he's making it happen.
Pippen did not have control. Jordan missed the scoop. Pippen.
Yes, Pippen.
Foul. What a relentless sequence by Scottie Pippen.
Hey, they had Michael, Jordan, Neely, and Pippen in there attacking. Sally and Edwards know that they're in a fight. Now watch this release and just key on the bodies down in here right now. See, Sally and Edwards have got to play big.
Sally has picked up number 5, and Bill Laimbeer, who himself has 3, comes back. If he makes it, it'll be a 4-point game. The Pistons were up by as many as 14 here in the third. It's 5 right now. Pippen with 23 points.
The full court man-to-man pressure has caused Detroit some problems here.
Under 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Edwards. Cartwright to Hodges. Pippen guarded by Thomas on a mismatch right now.
He's low. He'll get double teamed.
And the lead now, 71-68.
See, He's read the double team and the mismatch perfectly today. Anytime that he has a slow guy or a small man on him, Pippen has taken him to the hole.
Edwards again. Tell you, it takes a guy like Edwards. He missed one, came right back and hit another one.
Yeah, but his whole life, he's a scorer.
Jordan goes up, gets the basket and the foul.
As soon as he got fouled, he regrouped for that shot.
Isaiah Thomas commits the foul. He goes out. Dumars is in. Stacey King has come in for Bill Cartwright, who has struggled today. And Michael Jordan now has 27 points, and it's a 2-point Detroit lead with full court pressure in their face. 1 minute just about remaining in the third.
They want baseline motion. Now that means they're going to pick along the baseline for Vinnie Johnson or Aguirre.
7 on the shot clock. King is all over Vinnie Johnson. Mismatch somewhere else. And he went right around King, and Hodges was left holding the bag.
That was a great move by Vinnie. He caught the clock and knew that he had to take it all away.
Jordan working inside, tries to get it into Neely, and he does. Foul as well. Neely has become a big player for the Bulls in this game.
Now watch the drop-off off the pass. You see, Neely is ready. Where is he? Right in front of the basket. All you have to do is make the catch in that situation, and you're golden.
1-point game now. 16+ seconds is the differential on the clock. The full court pressure has helped the Bulls here. And a turnover. The Bulls can take the lead. And Vinnie Johnson knocks it from behind Michael Jordan.
You say about the press, force you into turnovers, the quick shot, get you to kick it up from the corner, but get the ball out of the main key ball handler's hands. Make some other people handle, and that's what we're seeing right now. See, by this now, it's tough to double team, Michael.
Jordan draws the foul. With 5.5 left in the third and a chance to give Chicago the lead.
See, anytime that they go 1-4 with 4 players on the baseline and Michael out on top, if you run a man at Michael to double team him in the middle of the floor, he has the option of splitting it or pass the ball to the wing. Detroit is contented right now in staying with the wing people. You know, I don't think his hip or his wrist are bothering him today.
And the Bulls have their first lead since early in the second quarter. Final seconds. Vinnie Johnson, foul from behind with 1 second to go. Hodges might have gotten it. And that is really a bad judgment play by the Chicago Bulls. And the foul is on Scottie Pippen, his second. It was Pippen.
Well, you always tell players, keep between your man and the basket, and whatever you do, don't foul a guy who's taking a shot outside of 3. Watch this. He's behind the 3-point line, and you foul. Very seldom do you ever block the shot without having body contact. That's a gift.
This can give the Pistons the lead again with 1 second remaining. And that will do it. So Pippen lit the Bulls lamp in the third quarter with a big effort despite that foul. That's what he did. But Detroit has the lead. And that's the end of the third period, and we'll return to Chicago Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
The 1990 playoffs continue here on CBS. The Bulls have closed within one as we head into the final period of this game 3. And as they came off the court, Michael Jordan, with an emotional outburst, slapped Scottie Pippen and said, "Way to go, way to work. That was our quarter." Did the same with Ed Nealy. It was a great quarter for Chicago, probably their best in this series. Dick, Hubie?
It was 33 points as their best quarter. Only one turnover in the third period, Hubie.
That's major. And also, naturally, Jordan had a great quarter. But another facet is down below the free throws. Chicago was 11 for 13 in one quarter. Outstanding. And then 8 offensive rebounds. Now, when you think about that a second, they've only been averaging 7 a game in the first 2 games, and they get 8 in the third quarter alone.
There's the score by period. The big 33 has put the Bulls in this one. As we start the fourth, King, Nealy, Pippen, Jordan, and Hodges. There's Stacey King with a putback. Interesting lineup the Bulls have up front.
Well, you know, see, keeping Nealy in there, he's such a banger. He moves guys out. He's not afraid to put his body on there. But now the key guy there is Stacey King. He must come alive.
Sally on the bench with 5 fouls for the Pistons. Horace Grant also on the Pines with 5 for the Bulls. Wire goes in. Offensive foul.
Once again, Nealy rotated and took that charge head on.
As Phil Jackson told us, he reads as well as anyone on the team. And a technical foul called against Chuck Daly.
Well, Chuck's trying to send a message to the referees. He wants, now watch Nealy run. Come over here now. See, and take that charge. Boom. And that was out far enough that it should be a charge. See, Nealy does all the little things.
Jordan with his 30th point of the game. He had 16 at halftime, and there's Nealy, who they traded for Hodges, and then got him back.
Got him back. They like his worth that he's a good defensive player, a banger, and he knows his limitations offensively.
79-77 Chicago. Less than a minute gone by in the fourth. Nealy. Aguirre with the rebound.
See, his man double team Michael, and he should not have faded away. He should have attacked the basket that time. Would have had a layup.
Edwards, Aguirre, Rodman, Johnson, and Dumars, and James Edwards. Thomas on the bench, leads Detroit with 26 points. Jordan open, hits the jumper.
Well, one-on-one, Joe Dumars is at his mercy out there, because Michael will only stop Michael.
King defending against Edwards. Knocked away by Stacey King to Jordan. Rodman comes out of it after King had a chance. And they're going to call the foul on Hodges with a push.
Good call. Bernie Fryer right there on a push-off on Hodges. You see, the thing that was missing in Game 1 and Game 2 is Michael Jordan being a designated. And there's good pick by Nealy, putting the man down to open up someone for a free possibility of a shot.
Pistons looking to tie. Vinnie Johnson. Jordan the rebound. Ahead to Hodges. Against Aguirre. Feed inside to King. But there's that man Nealy again, and he's fouled. What a game for him.
You're always happy when the guys who do the dirty work have good games, because they sacrifice their body all night, and only their peers understand their worth. Watch him take this charge. First of all, boom, sacrifices his body in that situation. You also know that he's going to set picks on people. That's his job, to free up the shooters. And then they tell him, you know what, we're not running any offensive plays for you, so the only time you can get a shot is if you work on the offensive board and get blasted underneath.
Ed Nealy is no stranger to postseason play. This is his 4th year in the playoffs. Broke in with the Kansas City Kings back in 1982 out of Kansas State. He has been with San Antonio and a little bit with Phoenix. He had 11 rebounds in our very first game this year at Golden State.
See, anytime that you designate role guys, you want guys who are going to be coachable. And I mean that. That's big because they come to the arena every night and know that they might play a whole 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes and not even get a shot. You want guys that will accept that role and understand that if they're going to win, the intangibles must be done, and the 3 key shooters get the basketball.
Into the Detroit hands, 1 out of 2. Well, a big time here. We're going to mark this down because B.J. Armstrong has replaced Jordan, and he comes in with Chicago leading by 3 at 9:40 to go in the final quarter. Thomas over Armstrong hits that one.
See, they had Isaiah double-teamed that time. Both guys went away from him and opened up the shot. Zeke's on fire today. You cannot give him the jumper.
Dwyer is all over Nealy on the outside. Pippen. Dwyer picks him up on the switch. Scottie Pippen changes hands. Rodman the rebound, and the Pistons can regain the lead here. Thomas is going to try to take Armstrong to school, and he knocks it away. But the throw is beyond Scottie Pippen.
See, with this group out there for Chicago, Isaiah feels he can beat Armstrong off the dribble. That was a beautiful strip, though, by B.J.
Yes, it was.
To his credit.
Bulls with the rebounding edge by 9 on the Pistons today.
But this unit, at the end of the first quarter, into the second quarter, you know, was a 12-point swing in favor of Detroit.
Thomas is fouled.
Chicago personal foul.
At the conclusion of our game, Hubie and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game, and in conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. Foul was on Armstrong, his second.
When you're a big-name player, a guy who's really done it, who can run streaks like Isaiah, and a rookie is playing you, you know that you can take him naturally because you feel you've got the talent, and then also the rookie is not going to get the call.
Isaiah misses. Winds up with the ball. Jordan replaced Hodges. Tied at 82.
High pick and roll.
Pippen now chases after Dumars. Double team on Dumars. 3 on the shot clock. Rodman may not know it. Got it off in time, but missed the rebound. Stacey King. Jordan with 32 points today.
Bad foul.
King knocked Lane Beer down, and that'll be 3 on Stacey King.
Yeah, Phil Jackson is pleading his case over there. But now that's it. There's a little bit of acting involved because, see, Lambier's a very smart player. He was wiped out by Stacey King with his right arm, and naturally he's going to even emphasize that by hitting the floor.
He's always done that.
He's a smart player.
9 on the shot clock. Aguirre low post against Pippen. Knew he missed it, went after the ball, steps on the line, and it'll be Chicago's ball.
Chicago got away there, especially Pippen. Aguirre shot that shot. Pippen turned and never blocked Aguirre out. Aguirre went and got the ball.
Horace Grant back in. He's got 5 personal fouls as Stacey King sits down.
Yeah, but you got 7.5 to go.
Michael Jordan breaks the tie. 34 points matches his Game 1 output in this series.
See, Phil Jackson going, Nealy at center now, forgetting about Cartwright, forgetting about Stacey King.
Along with an experienced group there. Dumars. Lane Beer on a push-off. And that'll be 5 on Lane Beer.
Like Chuck says, when it gets to playoff time, Lambier just focuses in on the boards. If you get in his way, he's going to move you.
Jordan hits again. 2-point basket. Michael's fine. He should never talk to people other than his teammates again. And let's see, Scottie Pippen is hit with a foul on Dumars, and let's see if it is Pippen. No, it's Jordan. Only 2 on Michael, but 3 team fouls on Chicago.
See, that time they were not going to allow Dumars to get over into a one-on-one situation versus Michael Jordan, so they went for the trap. Unfortunately, Michael fouled.
Working to be the best they can be. Teammates, sponsored by the U.S. Army. The Cleveland Cavaliers, Craig Elo and Mark Price.
Followed by Tour of Duty. And then tonight on Saturday night with Connie Chung, meet a woman who calls herself a matchmaker. She'll take your money to set you up. But is it only a love scam? Well, you'll find out. It's all tonight right here on CBS. There are the timeouts. Detroit 4-20, Chicago 3-20. Pistons have 2 fouls to give, the Bulls just 1. Michael Jordan shot 40% from the field in the first 2 games of the series. Today, 59% and 36 points.
They'll play 2-man basketball. Isaiah and Aguirre. There it is.
Pippen and Aguirre with a very tough shot. Pippen played it well.
I tell you, that was a tough catch. First of all, without it coming into a turnover, and then a terrific shot.
Double teaming on Jordan. Now they're trapping the Pistons. Pippen guarded by Lambier, who has 5 fouls. Scottie Pippen with 27 points, his best game by far of the series.
See, he feels he can knock in that 15-18-footer. And next time, if that happens on a mismatch, watch for him going to the basket off the dribble. Here's the 2-man game again.
Pippen knocks it away. Same 2 people, Thomas and Aguirre.
See, Scottie Pippen is saying that Aguirre is pushing off. Pippen is trying to front him, play him on the top side. If Isaiah will just wait a split second, he can pass to the corner of the board over his head.
Double on Thomas, the extra pass to a wide-open Joe Dumars. Works every time.
Well, they're at their best when they do that. And they have the proven veteran guys that will knock down that shot when they're wide open.
Lead is 2 for Chicago. Aguirre, now a triple team on him. Pippen with a 3. Rebound by Rodman. Grant playing with 5 fouls, and so is Lambier. It'll still be Detroit ball. They're the leading scorers today.
You have to watch out now. You only have 18 on the clock. Oh, they got it over. This is high pick and roll stuff right here.
Lambier setting the pick. Now they go into Thomas against Armstrong, isolating him. Clear out. 1 second, they don't get it off. Doesn't turn it over. No basket.
The noise is so deafening that even if people were yelling at Isaiah, he couldn't hear them.
I can hear you. B.J. Armstrong with Grant getting the offensive rebound. To Neely.
Get within your offense.
Winding down for 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Jordan. It's good and a foul.
Now watching this situation, they double team him and then they kind of split. And Michael just went right in between Isaiah and Dumars.
Still Chicago's ball. Neely went after it, and Rodman knocked it away.
Hey, give the guy his due. And Chuck knows it. Neely is such a positive force here today.
Last foul was on Isaiah. Each team with 3 team fouls in this 4th quarter. Trap on Jordan. Grant. Armstrong, wide open.
That's the best ball movement of the day for Chicago.
6-point lead, timeout, Detroit.
defense by Detroit. Here they are trapping Michael Jordan. Look at the top at B.J. Armstrong. Now, there is your pass. Now look at the rotation. The pass goes out to Pippen. They run hard at Pippen, but excellent ball movement. Into the pivot. When it comes out of the pivot, 2 passes.
You know, it's interesting. We talked about the big edge off the bench. 24-0 Bulls in the first half, but in the second half, it's all even. 11-11.
Yes, but in the second half, Chicago did not stay long minutes with those 5 people off the bench, as they did in the first half. They brought Michael back a lot faster in this half.
Edwards and Thomas, 2-man game. Cartwright fell down, and Edwards hits the shot. It's a 4-point game, but it looks from here as if the Bulls are going to get over the 100-point mark for the first time in this series. And I say that hesitantly because Pistons can shut you out.
They got Rodman now on Michael.
Pippen.
He's pushing that in. You have to call that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bernie Fryer was right there, and that'll be the 14th foul against Detroit. 4 on Rodman.
Hey, now you watch down inside. See, Rodman is there. Now watch him. There you go. See, he hit. He went right underneath Michael with his leg, forcing him to lose his balance.
Pistons have no more fouls to give.
All right, this is the big matchup now.
Rodman on Jordan and the offensive foul. And that's a good call by Nick Pivetta.
1 for 1. Rodman at his best, moving his feet. He's so quick to beat off the dribble.
Under 4 minutes.
Now Detroit running their baseline movement for Dumars.
Pippen is out to meet Joe. Dumars gets by, and Pippen commits the foul, and that is the 4th team foul against Chicago. So they'll be in the penalty the next foul.
See, when you get in a situation like this, it's the end of the game. You got 3:50 to go. You're telling your guys, look, when you're playing a man, make him shoot the ball over the top of you. Don't gamble and let him beat you off the dribble and get inside that painted area. Cartwright and Edwards. Good defense by Cartwright.
Dumars for 3. In and out. Rebound by Cartwright.
And Cartwright popped James Edwards on that block out right on the jaw.
Jordan goes in.
Jordan sprained his ankle. Yes,
40 points for Michael Jordan.
He came down, yes.
The Bulls want a timeout. And Jordan's hurting. We're going to get a report from Tim Rand, I know.
Now here you have Michael. Now watch how he knifes his way down inside. He's off balance. But now as he comes down, he came down, I'm pretty sure, right on Grant's foot. At least that's the way it looked from that angle.
That looms large right now with 3:19 to go, and Chicago nursing that lead.
At BIC, we sympathize with the ways that you pull and stretch your face in search of a better shave. That's why we've created the BIC Metal Shaver. The patented BIC Metal stretches and smooths your skin thanks to its unique metal guard bar, so the shaver glides closely and comfortably. So instead of stretching, start reaching for a BIC Metal Shaver. It stretches your skin for a better shave. And that's no stretch.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative. When I talk to people about CDs and mutual funds, they're surprised at the wide range of investment opportunities I can offer.
You work hard, so do we, to make what you've worked for a reality. The Rock, the Prudential, above and beyond.
I've been saying we've got advantages over Japanese cars, but even I didn't know how good we are. An independent testing company asked 100 Americans who would consider Japanese cars to compare a Plymouth Sundance and Dodge Shadow to a Honda Civic. After rating over 30 different categories, 76 out of 100 judged the Sundance and Shadow superior overall to Honda Civic. And they weren't even told our cars are the lowest priced cars in the world. with a driver's airbag. Who knows? We might have gotten them all.
Now in this replay, watch Dennis Rodman challenge Jordan off the dribble and see if they don't go knee to knee here. Now it's an excellent move by Michael. Now as he goes to elevate, there it is right there. And then he came down hard right on by Grant's foot. But you could see it was a knee inadvertently into Jordan.
Then Pippen stole the inbounds pass and a timeout, but for Michael Jordan, here's Tim Brandt.
All right, Dick, I went over to the trainer, Mark Feil, immediately. He was the first one to get to Michael Jordan. It was a knee in that thigh. Jordan told him immediately, hey, the pain's almost all gone already. It's going to be all right. So Mark Feil walked away. The rest of it was strictly strategy in the Chicago huddle. Dick?
All right, Tim, thanks very much. A lot of people holding their breaths watching Jordan. He's got 40 points. That's his shooting by halves today. Add to that 9 rebounds and 5 assists, and it's a typical Jordan game. So where are the Jordan rules? John Sally, who's got 5 fouls, is checked in for the Pistons.
This is Jordan at 1-1 now.
Rodman won't give an inch. He hits the deck. So does Rodman and Lane Beer, and a foul against Detroit. It may be Rodman. And Lane Beer gets his 6th foul. It's against Lane Beer. Boy, did those 3 hit the deck hard.
Well, Rodman played him really tough. He sent them to the baseline. Michael just blew by him. Now watch how he blows by him. Here comes Lambier into your picture, see? The ref says that he was moving. He was definitely there. Now comes that unwritten rule in the NBA again. Once the player elevates, you've got to get out from underneath that basket. There will always be a no call.
No points, but 8 rebounds for Bill Laimbeer and Michael Jordan. With a chance to give the Bulls an 8-point lead.
See, Lambier's exasperated. He felt that he was there and that Michael had not elevated, but he did not get the call.
Edwards up front with Sally and Rodman. Thomas and Dumars at guard.
See, you're only down 8 here, and you had 3 minutes to go. Plenty of time. You've got to go to your strength.
Thomas. Isaiah Thomas gets 2 back. He's got 31 today.
It's like I said earlier, he feels he can take BJ anytime off the dribble and get his shot.
Thomas looking for the steal against Armstrong.
They're trying to get Michael Jordan down inside on a post-up.
8 seconds on the shot clock now. Jordan lost the ball for a second, but now the clock is running down. 3. Jordan for 3.
Yes!
And the Chicago Bulls with a huge 9-point lead now. Sally is fouled going to the basket with 2:12 remaining.
Big foul because that's it for Grant. Now watch Michael here just take this shot, and as it splashes, he runs through, catch the motion. Yes, Michael.
Jordan has scored the last 7 points for the Bulls, and Horace Grant fouls out, having scored 10 points with 11 rebounds. A big game for Grant. Armstrong is out, replaced by John Paxson.
Excellent game for Grant. In the minutes that he played so big today.
Sally makes them both. Michael Jordan, 7 straight. Paxson has trouble. Detroit picks it up. And let's see, 10-second violation called against Chicago, so it'll be Detroit's ball anyway.
Terrific defense that time by Isaiah. Really caught Paxson off guard by coming down the floor. Zeke has not done that at all. See, he's right in his face. Now, as Paxson goes down, we know Paxson has a bad ankle. Now, there it is, an excellent move by Isaiah.
Under 2 minutes to go. Edwards. Basket. basket good and a foul as he gets knocked down. He was double-teamed.
Chuck Daly, come on, that's excitement. Showing tremendous emotion because James Edwards was double-teamed by Neely. Now watch Neely run right at Edwards as he goes to go for the shot. Here's your double team. He got hit by two guys that time, Cartwright and Neely.
Only makes one. Or only gets the basket, and it's 99-94. Does Chuck want this game or what?
Yeah, well, you got to get up here. Now, you're Chicago. Go to what's been good for you all day.
10 on the shot clock. You're looking at the game clock here in the fourth. Sally picks up Jordan on the switch. Cartwright saves it in the corner, and a new clock for the Bulls.
Now, you back it out. You back it out, and you get into your good sets. See, this is a tough matchup right here because they're flattening them out now, Dick, on the baseline.
Pistons have won 8 of the last 10 against the Bulls in the playoffs and regular season. Jordan misses. Neely right in the middle. And Pippen lays it in.
Yes!
Timeout, Detroit.
What a key move by Neely on that loose ball rebound.
Only the second time in the playoffs have the Pistons given up 100 points.
Dear David, I miss you. I'm still chasing the story through Europe. Don't know where it'll end. But you always know where you can reach me.
I've got you on an 8 o'clock flight to Vienna, and a car will meet you at the airport. Oh, I'm sorry, I can wait.
The longer I'm gone, the more your letters mean to me.
I'm missing you. In my mind, I'm kissing you. I'm lost without you.
Lass mich nur cash.
I practically live at American Express. They take care of everything. Get this. When I had a crazy idea, they even arranged a balloon so I could get pictures. My editor loved them and sent me to Paris. Sorry.
It's been a week. There's no letter today. I'm going home. I'm sorry. I need to book a flight to San Francisco.
But I just got here.
I've been missing you.
Having someone who cares for you wherever you go.
Pushes Michael Jordan to the baseline. Now, Lambier is definitely there before Michael elevates. Tough call. 6th foul. Lambier's out. Now, with 2 seconds left, Michael comes off. He's got 1 second on the shot clock. Hits the 3 right there. Big play by Michael. Now, on this rebound, this is crucial. The shot goes up. Watch Neely underneath now. Keep this alive. And then Scottie Pippen pull it down and then goes up with his left hand. How about that? Those 3 plays will haunt Detroit if the game should end with a Chicago win.
Neely has been a big hero, but Michael Jordan is back to normal today. There's Neely. Has played a huge role in Chicago's lead to this point, and Pippen with 29 points. Score was tied at 82 with 9 minutes to go. Jordan has scored 12 of Chicago's last 19 points. See what Detroit has to answer here. Under a minute to go. Thomas. Sally tips it. Aguirre steps back for a 3 and hits it.
He's big on the wings for the 3. When he was in Dallas, he would inbound the pass, step in, get it back, and shoot a 3.
4-point game now. They're trapping Jordan, who calls a timeout. Chicago has 1 and a 20 left.
That was a smart call because they were cornered right here where the 2 lines, half court and sideline, meet.
Second timeout called by Chicago. They have 2 full left. Coming up next, 3rd round action in the Bell South Atlanta Golf Classic. Pippen will inbound with 40.3 seconds, but 17 on the shot clock. And the lead 4 points. Both teams in the penalty foul-wise.
See, with the big guys handling the ball, you do not want to come together because Detroit's quickness and their trapping ability will force you into turnover.
Here's Neely, free inside for the basket and the foul, and that'll do it.
this guy should make the basket. And then a sensational pass by Scottie Pippen.
Here it is.
Now watch to the right of your screen how there he is, Neely running. He backdoored Dennis Rodman.
Neely scored 9 points and had 9 rebounds in the clinching Game 5 against Philadelphia in the last series. Paxson is called for the foul on Thomas. You don't want a foul. The last thing you want to do if you're the Bulls is to stop the clock any way possible.
You know, the answer to that is, well, you know, Isaiah's been making the three-point shot today. But it's like we said earlier, you very seldom ever block a shot out in that area. And all you're doing is setting yourself up for a foul. And then if the ball should go the distance and score a possible 4-point play.
22nd timeout by Chuck Daly. Want to remind you, this series will continue Monday afternoon here on CBS. Game number 4. 3:30, make it 3 o'clock Eastern time. On Sunday, on Monday. Now we have you totally confused. 3 o'clock Monday, we'll be here. Tomorrow, the Western game number 4. At Phoenix, 3:30.
Now, this is very important if you're Chicago. Isaiah's shooting 2. If he makes them, you're ahead by 5. Let's see what happens.
32 points for Isaiah Thomas. He's broken out in a big way today. Vinnie Johnson replaces Aguirre.
Well, they're going for the defense right now with this group. You're going to get full court pressure. Now, remember, Chicago has 2 full timeouts left.
A 4-point game. And Vinnie Johnson fouls B.J. Armstrong, who has missed only 1 free throw throughout the entire playoffs. Goes to the line, and 2 big ones coming up here. So we'll be with you 3 o'clock Monday right here at Chicago Stadium for Game 4 between these 2 teams. The basketball show begins at 2:30 Eastern time.
In that situation, Vinnie Johnson knows that he's got to stop the clock. He went for the steal. He was trying to go for the steal first, then you foul. Make B.J. Armstrong hit the foul shots.
Only his 2nd miss in the playoffs. 21.1 seconds remain.
But you see, he has not been to the line today, and he's a rookie in a pressure situation.
1 and a 2. Timeout. The lead is 5 for Chicago. That was the lead they had after 1 period today.
All right, let's talk now.
Before you hit the road, hit the one tire store that installs more kinds of tires on more cars than anyone else. Sears. And right now, Sears SuperGuard 40 all-season steel-belted radials backed by a 40,000-mile warranty are as low as $22.99. Check your Sears store for convenient 7-day-a-week service. For new tires, stop at Sears and stop with confidence.
Listen to my nephew. He's gonna be a lawyer like me. He's even gonna look like me.
Oh, really? So does that mean on his first big trial day, the jury's gonna notice his winning smile?
Yeah.
And his great suit?
Yeah.
Oh, his little flakes.
No, dandruff for me?
Oh, it can happen to perfect people. Here, just use my shampoo.
Head and Shoulders? But you don't have dandruff.
I rest my case.
Head and Shoulders, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression.
It happens every business day. Americans get up, go to work, and do what they do best. And today, more business travelers will take to the road in a car rented from Alamo than ever before. There are over 4 million miles of roads in Alamo territory, all across America. And nationwide, only Alamo gives you all those miles for free, even if the territory you cover is everything east or west of the Rockies.
There's the time and there's the score. Detroit has the ball. There the timeout story. Chicago, QB, has scored 62 points in the second half. That's something they got to remember for Game 4 if they get to 4 down only 2-1.
Right, no turnovers. Let's look at the situation. You're down 6. You're Detroit. You have 1 timeout left. Mark Aguirre taking the ball out of bounds is very dangerous. A great three-point shooter. Now, if you can get a quick 2 and you think your defense can do it for you, maybe so. It doesn't look that way. Look
Thomas.
for the 3.
Jordan giving him heat on the 3, and he hits it anyway. Isaiah Thomas with 4 3-point baskets, and Chicago calls a timeout. So each team has 1 full timeout left. And this game, believe it or not, is still up for grabs.
And they could have just dribbled it right into a 3-point shot attempt. Now remember, 10 seconds to go here. Each team has 1 timeout.
Pippen and Dumars will jump. Pippen has the edge in size by about 4 inches. Controlled by Detroit. They'll call the time. Their last timeout. And now they can set up the 3-point shot to tie. That's why they're the world champions, because you never have it down until the clocks read 0-0, Hubie.
Well, the defense always gets you back. All right, now in this situation, you have no timeouts left if you're Detroit. You have 8 seconds on the clock. You definitely need a 3 to get it done. Now remember, once again, don't forget about that guy out of bounds, making the pass, stepping in and getting a return. The next thing you do is you try to run staggered picks to free up your other 3-point shooters. Now another way is off the dribble. Dribble penetration, kick out, and have a guy take a 3. Now, if you are Chicago, please remember that what you must do defensively is to switch out on all people who are crossing, whether they have the ball or not, and do not allow an uncontested pass or a shot attempt.
Here's what happened on the last inbounds pass. Neely, and the ball hit Sally here.
Well, you'll see on this inbounds, it was very, very good defense by Sally on the ball. Now, here's the frustration right here. Now, if Detroit could have picked that up, that's why Isaiah picks it up, and he's so frustrated because he knew if he got it, all he had to do was dribble right in for the 3.
Now, in the jump ball, Scottie Pippen had the height advantage on Joe Dumars.
Yes, but watch, he's not looking when they throw it up, and Dumars steals the tap.
Detroit has hit 6 3-point baskets today. Thomas has 4, and Mark Aguirre has 2.
Now, remember, Detroit, no timeouts left. Chicago, this will be interesting. Are they going to play the guy out of bounds? Yes, Scottie Pippen is coming out here. A taller man than Aguirre. Now, everyone else defensively must be alive. Pippen laying off.
Aguirre will inbound. No more timeouts. Aguirre fires a 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Jordan. And they're going to foul him with 2.1, and he can nail it down with the free throws.
Now, you know, the most dangerous guy is that guy out of bounds. And that's what we just saw. When you don't play that guy out of bounds and throw it in and you use him as a double-teamer, the guy stepping in is open. Aguirre was open, and he did get an excellent shot.
Aguirre had hit 2 anyway, so they had to be aware of his 3-point shooting abilities. And now Jordan will go to the line for 2 free throws. He is 9 of 11 from the line today.
That's all. See, Michael is going to get a lot of the blame today for offensively, but defensively, he's been magnificent.
He's had some big games in the past before the Jordan rules went into effect, and he has a huge game today. And the Bulls win it, and now trail 2-1. 107-102 is the final score.